Patrick, what are your thoughts early on? Hey, I don't get the engagement forming is actually a shot at somebody too. I just don't know.
Well, I mean, I think I think he's
right?
in it. Like he's kind of saying, like, I was part of that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But I think it's a shot also at the people that he's worked with in the industry. It's like I don't really like that kind of stuff, guys. That ain't really what I like to do. I'm about ball.
Well, no one likes the fact that you have to sit there and go, well, what did we talk about? Well, we talked about David Pierce. All right, let's find a salacious title that we can put on this so that we get clicks.
Don't think so, Patrick, but some people do.
No, some people are good at it.
Some people like it. Some people actually like it. I think some people actually like it. You're right.
A lot of people don't like it.
Yeah, I agree.
But no, that's so. I think he's basically saying, like, I get what the cycle is because I've had to do it because I know what my videos were titled when JJ Redick had the podcast, and it wouldn't be titled something sane. It would have worst player in NBA history, and then it would be about a guy that wasn't great, and so he understands what it is. But I think that this is, you have to walk into that locker room with your chest out a little bit, because if you come in too humble, you're not necessarily gonna, I don't know if that team's gonna respect you enough and everyone's gonna be on board that you're ready to do this. And so you're not saying, I'm gonna be the greatest, but you're saying, I don't care, let's go win games. And that's kind of what the players want to hear. And JJ's always been that guy. Like when he was on the teams, that's, if you hear anybody talk about him, that's kind of the player he's always been, is someone who understands what his role is and will go out there and take care of that business.
I don't know. I don't listen to JJ Redick a lot, and I haven't. I've heard some of his stuff on the podcast. So I wish I'd heard more interviews with him as a player. Has he always been that like demonstrative? Has he always been that, I don't know, boisterous as a player? Was he like that too?
Yeah, I mean, like, you got to remember this. If you go back in the day, he was one of the most hated players in college basketball when he was at Duke. So he came from at Duke being a guy who would walk into it and didn't care and was all about making your day worse.
As long as he's being genuine, authentic, as long as that's as long as that was in him and he's not putting some fake.
No.
As long as that was in him, that's good.
He's been that guy since college. I don't care what you think. I get it. I'm a white guy who's a shooter. I'm going to go shoot lights out and I'm going to go win games and you can talk about it later. He's kind of always been that. And so that puts you into why he felt okay going into podcasting, why he could quickly go into announcing and be calling the finals pretty quickly into announcing. All of those pieces come together.
He's got the skill for those things.
But that's, you have to have a swagger to be able to walk in and not have those places be too big for you. Why he could, LeBron calls him to a podcast and they do it, as opposed to, I'm sure LeBron's talked to other people about doing things and it doesn't necessarily happen. So I could see that there's something to be said about what he's done in his career. I don't think that is at all disingenuous. I think that is very much who JJ Redick is.
Yeah, no, I know, because I know you watch a lot of basketball, college and pro, so I know you've gotten exposed to more JJ Redick as a player, and now like as a member of the media, and then now obviously as a coach. So that's good then. Okay, so getting back to LeBron, speaking of disingenuous, I do think that he was being a bit disingenuous with this answer. I believe the question is contained here in the audio. Here's another clip of JJ Redick, I believe, being asked about his relationship with LeBron.
That you have a very close relationship with LeBron. He could have done a podcast with anybody in the world. He chose to do it with you. What was his advice to you throughout this whole coaching search process?
He didn't provide any advice. LeBron and I did not talk about the Lakers job until Thursday afternoon, about 30 minutes after I was offered the job. And that was very intentional on both our parts. I knew I had an understanding that he did not want to be involved in this. And for me, I didn't want to go down the path of hypotheticals with someone that I consider a friend and someone that I have a great amount of respect for. So for us, it just came down to literally Thursday afternoon. And I talked to him for about 15, 20 minutes and got off the phone. That was it.
Oh, man. I love the groan in the background. Was it in response to him saying that he and LeBron didn't talk about it?
It can't be.
You sure the timing is perfect?
The timing is perfect.
No,
I like it. There was a thing when Rich Paul was answering questions the other day and asking, answering about Bronny James and all of that. when Bronny James was getting critiques for not doing workouts, and he was saying, well, this is what I do with all my clients because we want to get them the best possible scenario, and we find that there's a way that they can pick them apart, not find the best of them, and blah, blah, blah. He was doing all that. There was a part in there where they asked him about if Bronny was, if the Lakers still, if the LeBron wanted the Lakers to draft him, and he said LeBron's not worried about that. If LeBron was really worried about that, we would have just walked into Lakers and told him to draft him, and they would have drafted. Or I think he said we would have made them draft him. And it was one of those slips where you see it, and then everybody goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! I thought you said he couldn't do that. I thought you said that wasn't done." Yeah. And then you just said, "Oh, we can do that." Oh no, we don't do that, but we could. We could. Just let you know.
Slip. He said the quiet part out loud.
He said the quiet part out loud to try and disprove something else. He said the quiet part out loud about that. So there's that, and again, you should have talked to LeBron.
Yes, you should.
It's not wrong to talk to your superstar and ask him. The Mavs, when they re-sign Jason Kidd, should make sure that's cool with Luka first. Whoever the Spurs do, when Greg Popovich retires, you should talk to Wemby. You should talk to your superstars because it is a players' league. And one superstar can make or break your team. It's why you talk to your quarterback in the NFL. You don't have to take their advice, but you got to talk to them. They got to be involved in the conversation. And so with the fact that he just goes, no, I'm not, never even heard of it. I don't even know the general manager's name. Never even been in the same office. It's so silly. And I get that JJ could say, well, me and him didn't really talk because JJ Redick maybe stayed out of it a little bit more. But at a certain point, you feel like LeBron and him were texting at least.
Come on, man. Exactly. Y'all do a podcast together, and now y'all about to actually work together. Come on. Y'all talked about it.
You talked about it.
Come on. You talked about
no, I know. But it's very much the LeBron narrative of, I don't want to seem like I'm maneuvering everything, yet I'm maneuvering everything.
Yeah, exactly. He said that, too. He was like, it was very much intentional, us not talking about it. And it was like, so y'all definitely, come on, man.
So you talked about not talking about it.
You're talking exactly. So you're talking about not talking. There was communication about it. Come on, how could that not be? Because soon as you get the word from your agent that, hey, the Lakers are interested in this, you ain't hit up LeBron immediately. Be like, hey, LeBron, just so you know. Or listen, I know there was contact. That's all. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I know they can't. And by the way, I know they can't acknowledge it. I get it because that would seem that'd be inappropriate. And I get it. I totally, because then we already know that, hey, you do a podcast with LeBron and then you end up getting to coach LeBron as the head coach with no coaching experience. Yes, it looks, the optics of it are not great. And so now you got to deny that y'all ever even talked, even though y'all talk on the podcast that y'all talked about the biggest story in the NBA at the time. Okay, yes. Never talked about that.
No, LeBron's one of those guys who would say a phrase like, it's chess, not checkers. And go, so you're playing chess? He goes, no. I'm playing dominoes. I don't know what you're all talking about.
No, you're right. It is exactly right. I totally agree. No, we've seen LeBron do that several times too.
Yes,
where he's kind of going back and forth between, are you the one that you want to be the puppeteer behind the scenes, but you don't want people to call you out about it. So then you act like unaware, like, what, me? No, I'm just a player in the NBA, just like everybody else. It's like, no, LeBron, you have incredible influence and control, and you know this. Right?
Yes.
Quit acting like you don't. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to be considered the man, though, because he knows if that's the case, then he's going to get even more blowback about decisions that are made for the team because they're going to put that on him. And we all know it's not on him, but the courtesy is you better let LeBron James.
I feel bad for all the YouTubers that are going to have to fact check his book and put out 44-hour YouTube videos fact checking his autobiography. Just YouTubers sitting in a room just, actually, what happened?
You're right. Seriously, man, that's gonna be one they're gonna pick apart too. LeBron's autobiography. Who's gonna help him write it? The LeBron biography.
I don't know. Someone he went to high school with, probably.
Yeah, and it definitely gonna turn into like a movie or something.
Oh,
LeBron's out in Hollywood, so that's gonna be
he used to have a cartoon.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, it was like the LeBron, or like the Jameses, or something like that. He had a cartoon that ran at some point. Apparently,
wow!
I saw something about it the other day, and I completely missed it. But I saw a thing. I was like, I remember that was a thing.
I could see him being a cartoon character. I definitely could see that. I could see that. But it was like the family or just him?
I think it was supposed to be like his family.
Oh wow!
I gotta look this up now.
No, LeBron's into. I mean, trust me. I guarantee that's part of the reason he loves LA. There's gonna be a screenplay or something about LeBron James's life or something like that, and people, oh man, they're gonna lose their damn mind. He'll wait to way after people hate him though. He'll wait to 20-some years.
It was the LeBrons from 2011 to 2014.
Wow, yeah, actually ran for a while too.
Yes.
What, man? I wonder what it was on. I don't even remember the LeBrons. I don't watch cartoons though.
I know. I don't know if it was meant for us.
Kids. So it could have been out there, and I'm like, well, why would I know about it? I probably shouldn't know about it. But there you go. Man,
they said it was much like a modern day Fat Albert. So that's what it's.
That's kind of okay. I got you. That makes sense. All right, man.